One of the best ways to more effectively deliver PowerPoint presentations with greater engagement is to take advantage of handy slideshow shortcuts. Hi, I'm Dawn with K-Squared Technologies. In this tech tip, we'll look at helpful PowerPoint presentation shortcuts you'll want to know for your next presentation. When you're ready to present your presentation, simply press the F5 function key to launch from the first slide. And when you're creating and practicing your presentations, it can be helpful to preview from the current slide. For this, press Shift F5. For help during your presentation and to see a list of presentation shortcuts, press the F1 function key. You'll see that these are divided into sections by topic. It's good to know your audience will see this display while you're presenting. Simply choose OK or hit Enter to exit. Here's another way to discover useful PowerPoint shortcuts and options for your presentation. Simply right-click on the screen. Once again, your audience will see this menu, but this can be a helpful way to be able to move forward in your presentation. Here's one of my favorite shortcuts in PowerPoint. What do you do when you're running out of time or you're asked to return to a previous slide? If you know the slide number, you can simply move to that specific slide. To do that, type the slide number and press Enter. To go to slide 2, I'll type in 2 and Enter. To go back to slide 4, 4 and Enter. This shortcut is so much better than escaping out of your presentation to try to find the slide you want to navigate to in your presentation. That can be really distracting for your audience. Before you deliver your presentation, it can be helpful to print out a handout of your slides so you have a quick reference for the slide numbers. When you print the handout view, the slide numbers are automatically added to each slide. Or create a simple manual list with the numbers and the titles. Notice as well that the slide number displays on each of these slides. This is an option found under Insert, Header, and Footer. What if you don't know the slide number? Simply press Ctrl+S to bring up the slide selector. Most content slides will show the slide title. From here, I'll move to the last slide, select, and go to. For a more visual look, when navigating to other slides, instead, right-click. And here you can choose See All Slides. And I'll move back to slide 5. It's good to keep in mind that Ctrl+S works as a slide selector when you're running a presentation. When you're editing a presentation, this is the shortcut for Save. Try these options to navigate within your slideshow. The Home key to go to the first slide. End goes to the last. And once again, we can type the slide number, in this case 6, and Enter to return back to this slide. What are your options when the conversation or presentation moves away from the current slide? Whether during an in-person or virtual presentation, you can temporarily change the screen to black or white. Type a letter B for black, press it again to return back, W for white, and once again to get back to the slide. I prefer the black screen as it's easier on the eyes. Another option, so you're not displaying a slide unrelated to the conversation, is to prepare a generic slide you can move to, such as your organization logo or the theme of a meeting. The goal is to look for ways to help keep your audience engaged. When you want to write or annotate on a slide, press Ctrl+P. This switches your mouse from the mouse pointer to a pen. And to change the ink color, right-click, Pointer Options, Ink Color. I'll choose a bright green. As you can see, I'm very creative and artistic with this. Ctrl+P for pen. To remove the annotation, you have several different options. Ctrl+E brings up the eraser. And for this, I'll select the last annotation. That's a way for you to selectively erase. But if you want to clear everything on the screen, press the letter E to erase all. Notice that my pointer is still an eraser. There's several options to change this. One is to press Ctrl+P. That goes back to the pen, or Control P again to turn that off. Another annotation tool is the highlighter, Control I. The same erase options work for this tool. If you choose not to erase the annotations, PowerPoint will prompt you at the end to ask you if you want to save the annotations as part of the PowerPoint presentation slide deck. For this, I'll press Control I to return back to my pointer. And if you want to call attention to a portion of your screen, try the laser tool, Control L. And here's an important tip that we see whether it's virtually on the slide or with a physical laser. Be really careful and make sure you slow down. That way your audience is actually going to be able to see this laser rather than if you're moving too quickly. Press this shortcut again to turn off the laser. Or anytime you want to switch from the pen, the highlighter, or the laser, press Control A. That goes back to the arrow pointer. And if you don't want to show the pointer in the presentation, use Control H. This can be helpful if your mouse is getting bumped or in any other way is moving around on the screen. So Control H to hide it. So try that out. Control A or Control U, which unhides the mouse and switches to the arrow. To be more inclusive and to capture the audio of the speaker, turn on live subtitles. This is especially helpful during virtual presentations. Simply press the letter J to turn subtitles on or off. Now you'll see live subtitles display on screen. When you're delivering presentations virtually, platforms such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams have closed or live captioning features as well. And press J to turn it off. If you want to customize your settings for live subtitles, you'll find this under the Slideshow tab of the PowerPoint ribbon. Although each of your PowerPoint slides should be clear and easy to read, there may be times when you want to zoom in on detail. Do this by pressing plus multiple times. And then look for the hand pointer to be able to navigate and move around in the slide. Zoom out with the minus key. And if your slide is in full view, when you press minus again, you'll see the display of all your slides for easy navigation. And finally, anytime you want to exit out of a presentation, press Escape. Now you know handy PowerPoint slideshow shortcuts that can help improve the delivery and the engagement of your presentations. In this K-Squared Tech tip, you've seen how to take advantage of useful shortcuts for your PowerPoint presentations. How can we help you to be more productive? Please reach out to us for IT services and consulting to support you with Microsoft technologies. We look forward to working with you. Thanks for watching.